So this is how to actually balance school and gym. This is the full guide. I know a lot of y'all in high school, especially, even college, struggle with balancing just different school-related things and then the gym. Because the gym, like, yes, it is just an hour of session, but there's other stuff that goes along with it that you kind of need to make your lifestyle, which takes more time. And I can see why y'all are struggling with this. So I have designed a full guide here with different kind of strategies you can use, scheduling, management. This is the full guide. And school doesn't just mean like, grades and stuff. It also means like sports, clubs, any extracurricular activity. We're gonna get straight into it. So first off, here are the common pitfalls when it comes to trying to balance everything. Because first off, what a lot of people make the mistake of is believing that you can have exactly 100% perfect balance. It's bullshit. Unfortunately, something has to take a back seat. You have 24 hours in a day, 8 hours you sleep, right? Hopefully you sleep at least like 7 to 9 hours. You have like school, and then you have like whatever after school time you got. You don't have much time. So when you're trying to like do everything, something's gonna take a back seat. This is why seasons of life exist. If you don't know what a season of life means, it means that you're dedicating a season of time, like a phase where you're focusing on one thing more than all the other stuff. Just kind of giving it most of your attention. It doesn't mean you neglect the other stuff. It just means that they kind of get less focused. We're gonna get into the seasons a little later in the video, but I think it's better than trying to balance everything all at the same time. 25% for each thing. It's just not really possible. So the next thing that people make a mistake of is trying to maximize everything. So not only you balance everything, but if you're trying to 100% everything, it's really a shit show. You're gonna burn out like a motherfucker. Try to lift like 5-6 times a week. Try to get A's. Try to do good with your sports and being like a starter and like being at the top of your team and getting praised by a coach. Try to do all that. Something's gonna take a back seat. You might start skipping some gym sessions, you might start skipping sports practices, or you might start slacking off with the grades. It's one or the other, mental and physical burnout. Because of this, eventually, at first you might think, oh, I'm the man, but then eventually you'll get half-ass results and a lot of this stuff. Because your brain is overstimulated, it's too much. Especially if you're gonna be sacrificing sleep as well, it's like, nah. When you're trying to maximize everything, you're wasting a lot of time. Something deserves more attention, okay? Plain and simple. Now, the opposite problem is when you're too focused on one thing, which is a good thing, like you want to be focused on something, but then you start neglecting other stuff completely. No, seasons of life are when you focus on one thing more than the other, but you still have the other things in the back end that are kind of maintained and at a steady rate. You don't want to neglect it though, that's the difference. People like focus on one thing, which is good, but then they neglect that other stuff. And now when they try to do the other thing again, later down the line, they're starting back from square one. You don't want to be in that spot. Now, the next huge mistake that might even be the biggest mistake on here is neglecting sleep. You're that type of dude that wants to be fucking Superman. You want to be doing the sport. You want to be doing the grades. You want to be doing the lifting consistently, all that at a high effort. So that way you can get your 5-6 hours of sleep. Because you think you're Mr. Cool. Oh, I go to bed at, 2 a.m. and get up at 7. Oh, look at me. I can do everything. But when you do those other things throughout the day, you're not going to be able to do it 100% because you're not even recharged. So it's better to focus. So it's better to kind of put something on the back end and maintain that thing so that you get your 7 hours of sleep versus trying to do everything but sacrificing sleep. Bro, sleep is like everything. I'm telling you, whenever I lack sleep and I do like let's say a heavy leg session the day after, it's harder for me to grind that last couple reps or so in the set. It's just a little harder. I might having to breathe more during like sets or after sets because I'm a little more like fatigued. It's not really worth it. And if you combine bad sleep with bad electrolytes, you're gonna have a shittier session, okay? I don't care who you are. Don't neglect sleep. Next, it's excuses. People, just say, oh, I don't have the time. Oh, I can do this on that day, which is procrastination. So those are like the common pitfalls that people seem to face when they're trying to balance everything. I've seen this a lot on the internet and Reddit, different comments and videos. These seem to be what people have trouble with. So I don't want y'all to make that mistake. Next, though, after knowing the mistakes, now you got to really put things in place. Define your goal, okay? Acknowledge, first of all, what season of life you're in. Are you in a gym-related season? Are you into academics or sports and clubs? I truly think, seasons of life are the way to structure your life, kind of like training blocks with athletes. Like certain athletes, they have like a endurance kind of training block, and then there's another training block where it's like more strength focused, whatever. But it's a similar concept here, but just with different things. So your day-to-day will depend on your season of life. When you're in a gym season of life, your structure of the days are going to be different. It really will. When you're in the gym season, you don't want to have to, do practice every day and then do the gym like half-assed. No, your day-to-day will change. Most importantly, pick your season of life based off what you value in the moment. I don't want y'all worrying about like in the future and like trying to like optimize for yourself 10 years from now, like being all analytical and everything, like judging, calculating. I don't want you to think about all that. Trust me, you got to enjoy your high school years. You won't have this kind of freedom and shit again. After the high school, you'll need to work a job, most likely full-time, and in a job you don't like. Or you're going to be in fucking university with a part-time job or whatever the fuck. So either way, you're going to have to work. You don't want to have to waste these months in school now worrying about everything. Like, whatever you enjoy the most right now, just run with that. So if you really are into sports, especially a sport that you're passionate about, just go all in on that. You know, in school, there's usually fall, winter, and spring seasons for sports. Maybe you do fall, winter, and spring, but maybe you're most passionate about the fall one. So you know, that's when you would have your sports kind of season of life. And then in the winter and spring, you might still have a sport, but maybe you want to be more into lifting. So that's when you have a gym season of life. Who knows? Or maybe you're in a sports season of life all year round. I don't care. There's no time limit with seasons. You just do the thing you need the most in the moment, okay? Just acknowledge your season of life. That's the best way to structure days and stuff. This will matter heavily. So define your goal. Now we're going to get into specific seasons on what you should be doing, whether you're in a sports, gym, or academic season, okay? So first off, we're going to start with the sports season because it is the most popular one for a lot of high schoolers, a lot of jocks. This is when you're really chasing excellence in whatever sport you're really trying to do. And the biggest thing here is valuing the right sport. Only be in this sports season if you're committed to a sport you actually like. There's no point in doing something that you don't give two fucking shits about. Just because, I'm doing a sport, for clout and popularity. No. If you don't want to do that sport, don't fucking do it. I'd rather you ditch a sport and actually go into another thing that you might be passionate about, like maybe art or the gym or grades or whatever. Just do something that you're passionate about, really. It doesn't, the season stuff, it doesn't matter what season you're in, as long as you're in a season of some sort. That's what matters. Make the most of your time. Like, if you're in a sports season, you should try to really build social skills. Because not only are with a sports season, you're gaining like athleticism and getting good at your sport, building discipline, but the teamwork and community aspect of it too is really important. Like, it can help later on with certain things in business. You'll be more liked. You'll be, more socially calibrated, more respectful, this and that. The discipline will carry over too. Delayed gratification will hopefully be more of a thing from the sports that hopefully the sports build you. You don't want to be always doing instant gratification. You don't want to do these things during the season now. Injure yourself or get kicked out because of your shit grades or getting in trouble a bunch of times, getting caught with the zob a bunch of times. You don't want to fuck it up. Like, this is your season, bro. You chose a sports season, go all in on that shit. Like, be good at the sport. Don't fucking play stupid and injure yourself. And it happens. Like, a lot of people, it's an on and accident. So I'm not going to hate or say anything about that. But when you're just like being stupid and shit and you're going to be injuring yourself, whether it be outside of school or in the sport itself, like, don't fucking injure yourself. It's not worth, missing out on time. Your coach is not going to like it, obviously, and you're not going to be able to enjoy the sport and be with your friends. So don't do any of that. Most importantly, just master your craft. Get good. Like, you're focusing on a sport. You don't have to just focus on socializing. You can try and be good too. That's the point. Because usually the better you are at something, the more you enjoy it, right? It's that initial thing that is kind of hard because you might not be good at the sport, but you got to try to force yourself to enjoy it and this and that. By right, you should be enjoying it no matter what. So now, when you're in a sports season, here's what to do with the other parts of your life. So you're focused on a lot of skills training here, a lot of athleticism, socializing. You should not spend as much energy trying to get all A's and trying to be a gym rat, bro, because you're practicing like a motherfucker. You don't want to have to recover. Like, come on. Like, academics here, get the bare minimum grades without any friction from parents or teachers. Like, you don't want them bitching about your grades, like, especially if you have Asian parents. You don't want them bitching all the time. A lot of Asian parents want kids to get A's. If that's the way it is, either try to, say to your parents, you know what, I'm focusing on this part of my life right now. I'll just be trying to go for C's right now. Hopefully they'll understand it. They might get mad at you, but keep doing it. What are they going to do? Kick you out of the fucking house? If they do, let them. Or if it's really like a bad situation, then okay, you got to just get A's and try to do sports and get A's, but it's going to be pretty hard because you're not going to want to do homework after fucking a big practice or game. You're not going to want to do it, bro. Let's say your soccer game's at 5 and it lasts till 6:37 or whatever. You're only going to have like 2 to 3 hours and you're going to have to shower. So you're really only going to have like an hour, hour and a half of any free time. And you're going to be tired anyway. So the homework's going to be half-assed. It's kind of a shit show. So if you have Asian parents and they want you to get A's all the time, you might have to have the sport take a back seat or just get the C's and, cruise on through with normal parents. Because those type of parents aren't the norm, like the strict ones. The goal here is efficiency. Now at the gym, only do a 3-day full body split. Focusing on the heavy compounds and being time efficient. Supersets if you can. Like, this is all about just doing enough to get gains but minimizing the most fatigue possible, right? You need recovery. Your sport's draining, and the gym can also be kind of crazy. Like maybe muscles are sore. Like if you have sports practice and you do a leg day, like it's gonna be crazy. Okay, even if you do it before school starts, because I'm gonna be honest, that's the only way you're gonna be able to do the gym the right way. I don't think doing the gym after a practice is gonna work. Number one, you're gonna be tired as fuck from the practice or whatever. Number two, it's too late. You're gonna be doing a heavy gym session later in the evening, and then you're gonna have to eat this meal to support that and recover, and then you gotta go to bed in like an hour or so. It's like too much, too late. Might kind of hurt your circadian rhythm a little bit, make you more wired a little later than you should. You have to do the gym before school, bro. Whether it be 6 a.m., 7, it's just how it is. You know, eat a little small carb snack before you go in the morning, and that should hopefully carry you through. I don't know, man. It's tough, but if you can try to like shift it towards the weekend, I don't know. But with the clubs now, because clubs are also a part of school, so clubs are a little different. They're like not sports, but there's still stuff that's related to school. So when you're in the sports season, bro, just don't do any. Like, what clubs are you really gonna try to fit in anyway? Like, you're a sporty kid, you're trying to do the gym, or you're gonna be trying to do this like nerdy club too? Like, bro, something's gonna get fucking neglected. And it's probably gonna be the gym that you're gonna neglect. Like, you do this club maybe right after school, then you go to practice. Try doing the gym after that. No. And even when you do the gym in the morning, it's like you're gonna have a stacked fucking day. So don't complain when you get home and you have no time to play your damn video games. But like, this is why I say don't join clubs. You're already doing your best, maintaining grades, lifting before school, and training after school. Like, it's plenty of enough. So this is like the complete guide to like a sports season of life when you're in school, trying to balance that in the gym. Now we're into the gym season. So this is when you're really just caring about gains, like muscle, being a gym rat, swole, kind of living that bodybuilder life with your chicken and rice. You don't really care about getting that grade of grades, or you don't really care about sports at all. You're like, maybe it's like the winter, you just kind of got done with your fall sport, like maybe soccer, and now you're in the winter and you don't usually do a winter sport. So this would be the time to do like a gym season. If you're into lifting, select the right split. So, you know, you could do full body still with the gym season. Like, that still will build muscle, but I think a 4-day split or even a 5 is a little more, it gives you a little more playing room for exercising and just having everything spread out, more specialized muscle training, still getting recovery. Because full body, I don't personally like doing full body. I've done it for a short amount of time, especially in the early days, and I didn't like it. I don't like the idea of training my legs the same day as training like my fucking back and shit. Like, I love upper lower. This is what I've been running for quite a few months now. It's really been my favorite and most fun. Some people complain about the upper days being long, but you can make that still efficient if you do things right and design it properly. You could even do 5 days as well, like a push-pull legs upper lower, or upper lower arms, which equal 5 days. This is the perfect kind of like split 4 or 5 days to be a really good gym rat. And if you're going to have the right split and do the right exercise, which I hope you do, I have certain videos that kind of help you with that. You might as well diet optimally too. That's kind of like the icing on the cake. Obviously, training is the most important because you could eat as good as you want, but if you don't train, you're not going to build muscle. It's still more important, but if you're going to train and have a shit diet, you're not going to get the full result. So diet optimally too. The only thing with a gym season that you do have to be very mindful of, like, your diet more. With sports, you have a little more leeway because you're not trying to worry about protein all the time for the muscle and this and that. Protein's still important even in a sports team, but it's not as important. So you can kind of be a little more flexible with your eating. But with this, you definitely should have your protein in, which should cost more money for certain people. Avoid the bad school lunch with this. And temptations that would cause binge eating. I know there's probably a lot of stress going on. You might want to binge. Please try and limit that. This is why I tell people to bring their own lunch to school. Make it healthy, and that way you don't get tempted to go up in the line and look for a school. It's like, nah, you'll just go to the cafeteria, sit your ass down with your buddies, and just eat your damn lunch from home, all right? Gym sessions now should be placed after the school day, not early or too late, because now that you don't have a sport, which I don't recommend you do sports during the season, now you can actually go to the gym at a normal time instead of having to go at 6 or 7 in the morning. This is what I usually do. I wasn't really the most sporty kid, so I would always go to the gym at like 4:30, 5 o'clock after I get home from school at like 3:30. It was the best kind of, yes, like it was the evening where the gym is the most busiest, but my gym isn't that busy even at 5 p.m. at peak time on a Monday especially. So that's what I would do. It's a lot better than having to go in the morning. Now, here's what you do with, academics and shit. You still do the same thing. Just shoot for the lowest grades without friction from parents or teachers. If you can, just do C's, bro. That way it's still far away enough so that way you're not, failing. There's D's, yes, they're technically passing grades, but they're still too close for comfort in my opinion. Don't spend a lot of mental energy on grades. And then with sports, either don't do one at all or just do something casual. It's not worth disappointing a sports coach because you want to get big, brah. That is totally right. You don't want to be missing out on all these practices because you just want to do the gym instead. Because I've done that a couple times during like my track season. Like there was this practice I didn't feel like going to, and I just went to the gym instead. It just wasn't the right thing. And with sports, if you are doing one, please keep it like chill, because if you do a heavy sport and you're doing like this 4 or 5 day split, you're just gonna be completely exhausted physical wise, even mental wise. Don't fucking do it. The clubs, right? You can still do them as long as they're not too draining and time inducing, because if you're doing this club stuff that's taking up like a lot of time and it's placed at weird times on certain days and you're supposed to be hitting a gym session, it's gonna fuck up things. So if it's like an hour club after school, that's fine. You can just go to the gym after that. The good thing with clubs is that they don't really drain energy. It's just a club. It's something for fun. You're not really going to be stressing about it. So you can still do it. Do the gym after the club. You don't need to do gym early in the morning. You'll be good. Now, you're in an academic season. This is when you don't care about like being all sporty and you don't care about big muscles. Let's say it's your senior year and you just want to like look good for colleges. You want to have good grades. You want to finish strong. Please your damn parents. And also, needing a break from being physical in general, like the gym and sports being physical, maybe you need a break. So this is like the right time to do an academic season. Obviously, pick the right academics. You want to focus on the work that actually matters to you. Like exams are important for a lot of people, state tests. You don't need to care about every little assignment that the teacher throws at you, bro. Like it's not worth all that. But if you need to study. This is a really good opportunity to study your craft, because let's say you're not the type of person that likes to go to the gym, or you're not the type of person that likes to do sports. Maybe you just do the gym for fun or whatever, enough to get gains, but you don't care about it enough. This is the time to just like study your craft. Be nerdy. Like embrace your weird. If you haven't already, check out that video on embracing your weird. It kind of goes into this topic more deeply during this season as well. Don't spread yourself too thin with so many like different classes. Yes, focus on grades. This is what the season's about, but you don't want to like be a fucking disaster trying to do everything like top notch 100. At first you might feel like the shit from doing all these like good classes and stuff, but you'll probably become more like scatterbrained, which means that you're a little more all over the place because you're just juggling too much stuff that pressure you. Because certain schools like high honors classes can be a lot harder and faster paced. You won't have time to do other shit. Good luck doing the gym. Good luck doing sports. You could be into the science fair and you need a lot of time after school to do that. With sports, it's like, if you're going to do this big ass practice, are you really going to have the energy to, focus on your science fair project at night after all that? I don't know, man. You're going to want to fucking sleep. So just bear that in mind. And with clubs, this is the season where they fit the best. Like you pair these clubs with your classes. Like if you're into ceramic class, if they have a club that's similar to that, just do it. It's literally right in your lane. It's the best of both worlds. So there's the whole full guide on how to really balance your school and gym, not in the way you think. Like you think, just try to do everything the best you can and balance it like that. No, like I think the way you balance is kind of doing a season of life tactic where you still do everything, but one thing just gets focused more while the other things take a back seat a little bit, but not fully neglected. That's the key here. This is really how I would do it. Hopefully you guys learn something from that. Hopefully you can really balance your things better. Life at the end of the day, even after school ends, it's all about structure. You want a nice stable routine. Even like the periods when you try and get like your work done at home, don't have it be at all these different scattered times every day. Like try to keep a routine coming ahead. Preparation planning is key. This is everything that I've learned about kind of balancing school and gym. Now go check out this video here after you watch this. See ya.